11 years ago, I was introduced to this book, The Color Code. This book transformed everything I knew about myself and was a game changer for me. Let me tell you why this book is no longer relevant to me. Thank you so much for coming back for another episode this week. In 2009, I was going through a depressive state that required counseling at the time. And when I was meeting with that counselor, the counselor recommended a book to me called The Color Code. And when I read this, it was a complete game changer for me. I was like, wow, I didn't know that about myself. It was an amazing experience to go through. And I've read this multiple times where I've gone back and I've taken a look at it to see why I function, kind of like a user manual for myself. Well, something happened to me recently. I was recently asked by Benjamin Hardy to preview an advanced copy of his book called Personality Isn't Permanent. And I gotta tell you, wow, this one is an even bigger game changer for me because a lot of it is confirming some things that I've been learning about myself over the last year and learning on how to be a better person and to change my personality. But it also gives me steps and additional things to think about on how my personality isn't really always going to stay the same. It will be driven by many factors. In the book, he actually talks about tests like the one that's in the Color Code and Myers-Briggs and such, and how one of those tests, the Color Code in particular, actually almost kept him from getting married. I thought that was a very funny story in itself. But he actually shares a lot of personal insights into himself before and after he went on his church mission. And what I really resonated with was how he was before his mission. And I found that a lot of myself, he described a lot of me and how I am or was. And his stories about how he grew up and how he overcame some of these things after his mission. And then some of the stories he shared of others as well, how they've turned their lives around. I just felt a kindred connection with all of these people. Specifically in the book, Ben shares the stories or specifically myths of personality, what people believe about their personality, how they think that personality is fixed and is not going to change, or how your past may define your personality, which he does not believe is the case. And also how you have to discover your personality, how that's a myth. The fact is that Ben says that your personality is completely up to you. You are the designer of what you want your personality to be. The choices that you make can directly impact how your personality is. And he shares a great example of Andre Norman, who as a child was going to school and he was playing trumpet. And he loved playing trumpet, but at some point he made a choice. And that choice was to throw the trumpet in the dumpster and go hang out with the cool kids. That choice led to 14 years in prison. The first 6 of those years, he spent trying to still connect with those specific people that were the cool people. And finally, once he got into solitary confinement, something clicked and he finally realized that he needed to change himself. He made better choices, and for the remaining 8 years, he focused on trying to become a better person, which in turn, once he got out, focused on a college degree, became a graduate of Harvard University, and now he spends his life helping other people. I love that story, and he shares many other examples, but these examples have shown how one's personality can make a complete shift based on how you design your life. Ben goes on to talk about how one's trauma can have an impact where it can trap you in your past, but you can choose to move forward and redefine your current state and perhaps and be able to grow from that experience as well. He shares how a shift in your identity by simply reframing how you tell others and yourself about it can also impact your personality. Ben even delves into the subconscious in this book and how certain thoughts and events can keep you from growing. And you may not even realize it. Instead, you can receive conscious upgrades where you consciously upgrade your subconscious. That's my interpretation. Where through these upgrades with emotional peak states and experiences, you can become your desired self. Finally, he speaks about how your environment can either continue to sustain you where you are, or you can change that environment and develop to help support the goals and the aspirations you have to become the person you desire. I've talked about that previously on this channel, and this book goes into that and even deeper with that. I love that. I connected with everything in this book. I've been doing many of the things that are in Personality Isn't Permanent already since my depression in 2018. And this book not only reaffirms what I need to keep doing to work on myself, it's given me more tools that can help me dive even deeper and focus in the areas of my life where I can continue to work towards becoming the person I desire to be. I truly believe what Ben says in the book. Identity should be intentionally designed based on your desired future self. As my channel here promotes mental health and recovery from depression and anxiety for people, I can't tell you how much of a game changer this book is for me and how important Ben Hardy's Personality Isn't Permanent book can be for you in helping you to overcome your darkest struggles. This is my new go-to book. This is the one that I'm going to be referring back to whenever I have a dip, and I'm going to take a look at it to help me to reestablish my bearings and get back on track. Personality Isn't Permanent comes out this month on June 16th. You can pre-order it from any major bookseller. I've also placed the link here below so that you can go out and you can get more information about it and where you can get it from. And like I said, I plan on reading this book over and over again. That's just a given for me. I hope you are all doing well during this trying time. And I love each and every single one of you. If you like what I share on this channel, then make sure to get out there and subscribe. And hey, share this with a friend. If you know somebody especially who's dealing with mental health issues, go out there and tell them about my channel. They can subscribe. You can do the likes. You can do the little bell to get the reminders. And also, if you've missed previous episodes or if you're just coming and joining the channel for the first time, here's another one for you. You can go back and take a look at some of my previous episodes. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time.